All right, let's just dive right in. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tackling what is honestly one of the most frustrating pain points for new business owners, and that's tracking your money. Let's be real here. Every single dollar counts when you're flying solo. So if you're a focused learner looking to streamline your business and keep significantly more cash in your own pocket instead of, handing it over to software companies month after month, you are in exactly the right place. Our goal today is incredibly straightforward. We're going to completely replace expensive, complicated accounting tools with a zero-cost, 10-minute monthly system powered entirely by AI. Think about your current setup for just a second. Are you paying for bookkeeping software that you honestly don't even need right now? I mean, when you're just starting a business, maybe you're cleaning houses, doing handyman jobs, selling candles online, or even just driving deliveries on the weekends, money is coming in, sure, but you might not be exactly sure where it's all going. You know you should be tracking things, but a standard subscription to QuickBooks is about $30 a month. FreshBooks, that's $17 a month. Over a year, you're looking at nearly $400. Think about what that money could actually do for your business. That's a brand new power tool, a targeted local ad campaign, or your web hosting for the entire year. You absolutely shouldn't be wasting your hard-earned profits on software that was built for much larger operations. So here's our quick roadmap for today's Explainer. 1. The expensive software trap. 2. The free AI setup. 3. The 10-minute monthly routine. 4. Surviving self-employment taxes. 5. Free and easy invoicing. And 6. When to finally upgrade. Let's jump in. Starting off with Section 1, the expensive software trap. Look, it is completely valid to feel totally overwhelmed by early-stage business finances. The internet is constantly shouting at you that you need professional, robust software to be considered a real business. And that pushes solopreneurs into a system just packed with intimidating accounting jargon. We're talking accounts receivable, chart of accounts, balance sheets, depreciation schedules. Actually, scratch all of that for now. Bookkeeping software isn't bad at all, but it is built for businesses that have grown into those complex needs. If you're early stage, flying solo, and watching every single dollar, bookkeeping reality just means tracking 3 very simple things. What came in, which is your income, what went out, which are your expenses, and what category each expense falls into. That last part is literally just so taxes don't destroy you later. You aren't running payroll, you don't have warehouse inventory, you just need to know what you made, what you spent, and what you're going to owe the government. Moving right along to Section 2, the free AI setup. This is where we strip away all that complexity and replace it with a system that costs absolutely nothing. And the setup is dead simple. You do not need to go out and buy a Microsoft Office license if you don't already have one. Just open up a completely free tool like Google Sheets. You're going to create one single sheet with these exact 4 columns: date, description, category, and amount. The category column will hold things that line up with basic tax forms, so things like income, supplies, gas, tools, or software. For the amount, just use positive numbers for money coming in and negative numbers for money going out. It's not fancy, and it absolutely doesn't need to be. This incredibly basic grid is the rock-solid foundation of your new bookkeeping system. Now, the real magic happens when we pair that simple spreadsheet with a totally free AI tool like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude. And let me be perfectly clear right now, you do not need the $20 a month premium tiers for this. The free versions are incredibly smart and more than capable of sorting through your transaction data. The AI does the categorizing, it reads through your monthly transactions, and figures out what they are based on the vendor names. But, and this is a big but, the spreadsheet does the math. I have to warn you, AI is notoriously terrible at spreadsheet math. Like, it makes frustrating mistakes with basic arithmetic when looking at long lists of numbers. So always rely on the simple equals sum function in your spreadsheet for your totals. Let the free AI sort the words, and let the free spreadsheet add the numbers. Okay, Section 3, the 10-minute monthly routine. So here's the highly efficient workflow that actually fulfills our big time-saving promise. Once a month, you're going to briskly pace through 4 super easy steps. Step 1, download your bank statement or just copy your transactions directly from your online banking portal. Step 2, and listen, this is incredibly important for your security, remove your account number, your home address, and any sensitive personal details from the top of that statement. Data privacy is a huge concern, right? But by stripping away your personal identifiable information, you're just left with raw dates, generic vendor names, and numbers. It's completely safe. Step 3, paste that cleaned up block of text right into your AI tool. And Step 4, copy the beautifully categorized results right back into your spreadsheet. And hey, you do not need to pay for those expensive AI prompt engineering courses to make this work. This simple, everyday language is literally all it takes. You can just copy and paste this exact prompt into the AI. You just tell it, Here are my business transactions for June. Categorize each one as income, supplies, gas/travel, tools/equipment, software, advertising, or other. Format them as a table with columns date, description, category, amount. The AI is going to do all that tedious, heavy lifting that usually takes hours of manual data entry. You just give it a quick review to make sure nothing looks wildly out of place, paste it into your sheet, and let your sum formula give you the totals. 10 minutes, and you're completely done for the month. No agonizing tutorials, no clunky software to learn, just asking a straightforward question and getting a perfectly formatted answer. All right, Section 4, Surviving Self-Employment Taxes. I'm going to shift to a slightly more serious tone for a second here, because this is, hands down, the biggest financial trap for new solopreneurs. It's where so many incredibly hardworking people get burned. Pay close attention to this number on the screen, 15.3%. That is the self-employment tax rate, and it is charged on top of your standard income tax. This 15.3% pays for your Social Security and Medicare. Now, every full-time corporate employee pays this too, but their employer quietly covers half of it in the background. Because you don't have an employer, you are the business, meaning you have to pay both halves entirely yourself. I've seen freelancers hustle all summer, spending those hard-earned profits on new gear or living expenses, only to realize in April that they owe the IRS thousands of dollars they simply do not have. To stop the government from knocking on your door with penalties, you've got to understand quarterly estimated taxes. And avoiding government penalties is, quite frankly, one of the easiest ways to save money as a solopreneur. The deadlines are April 15th for quarter 1, June 15th for quarter 2, September 15th for quarter 3, and January 15th for quarter 4. If you miss these deadlines and you owe a significant amount, you will absolutely be hit with extra fines. You really do not want to be scrambling and stressing when these dates roll around. So how do we actually solve this using our free system without paying a CPA hundreds of dollars just to run some basic estimates? Well, every quarter, you take your totals from your spreadsheet and you feed them into this specific AI prompt. I made X amount this quarter, and my business expenses were Y amount. I'm self-employed, filing single, no other income. Estimate my quarterly tax payment, including self-employment tax. Now, it won't be absolutely perfect down to the penny because tax situations do vary, but it will give you a remarkably solid ballpark figure. Take that estimated amount, put it safely into a separate, untouched savings account, and sleep soundly knowing you're totally covered. Pivoting to Section 5, Free and Easy Invoicing. Let's get back to some good news. One of the main reasons people buy expensive software is literally just to send bills to their clients. Dedicated invoicing software often charges a monthly fee just to generate a simple PDF, which is a complete waste of a solopreneur's money. You can solve this without paying a single dime. Just use this exact AI prompt to generate a clean professional invoice. Plug in your business name, your client's name, the job description, the amount, and your payment terms. The AI will spit out a beautifully formatted text invoice. Then, you simply copy that output, paste it into a blank, free Google Doc, save it as a PDF, and email it right to your client. It looks incredibly professional, and again, it is completely free. You can even use this exact same method for job estimates and receipts. And finally, Section 6, When to Finally Upgrade. As much as I absolutely love this free setup, we do need to talk about the future. I want to frame the eventual need for paid software not as a failure of your free system, but as a really exciting milestone of success. Waiting to upgrade until it's absolutely necessary maximizes your startup capital in those crucial early dates. You're going to know your business is matured and it's finally time to invest in tools like QuickBooks or FreshBooks when you hit specific growth triggers. If you start hiring subcontractors and you need to generate 1099 tax forms for them, yeah, it's time. If you're manually invoicing more than 15 to 20 clients a month and the risk of manual error is getting too high, it's time. When your revenue passes that $75,000 to $100,000 mark and your tax deductions get highly complex, or when you absolutely need the convenience of accepting credit card payments directly through your invoices, you should upgrade. When that day comes, the paid software will be worth every penny. And because you've been doing it manually with our AI system, you'll understand exactly what features you actually need, completely avoiding wasteful spending on the ones you don't. But right now, you really just need to know where your money goes, set aside enough to survive tax season, and send clean invoices to get paid. A free AI tool and a simple spreadsheet handle all three of those things effortlessly. Start this month. 10 minutes is literally all it takes. So I'll leave you with this final thought. You have the system now. The only question left is, what will you do with the hundreds of dollars you just saved? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer.